Yay! We're actually going to be starting out with Jasmine Moon. Tracy says she's drinking Jasmine Moon and baking. we're on the same we're on the same magic carpet ride here. I'm using a paper cup, but I'm about to use my actual glass. And hi, Rosie. Oh, Rosie, I got your questions. I'll be answering those. Thank you for that. Wonderful. Oh, thank you all for joining us and for joining me actually alone in my beautiful tea studio here in Ojai. Um, it is empty but full of love. I loved coming down here today and getting it ready for you. I have quite a few things today that I'm going to move through with you. And one of them is going to be your love and relationship corner in your room or your house, which I promised Nat earlier. And I know that some of you have gone through that with me before, but I feel like right now, as we're all huddled inside, it would be good to add that to the end of our agenda. So hello, welcome to the first Saturday Sips Magic Hour Tea Circle. I am here in Ojai, California at our tea studio. It is super beautiful, as you can see. Oh, it's a little bright. I'll take you guys around afterward and show you everything. This is behind the counter. As you can see, there's jewelry and sparkly things. Oh, and this is going in the feng shui box. I shouldn't show you guys this, but making your own bonsai, growing your own bonsai. All sorts of fun things coming up. So this is where I work every day. This is an environment for gathering. And as you know, right now, we're all isolated physically from each other. And so today what I'm going to focus on is bringing you some comfort. And I know that you're all secure and feeling wonderful around certain things, but not others. And so I wanted to bring you my love and my prayers and my comfort so that we can move through this collectively as a circle. Primarily, we are women here. I don't think I saw one man sign up, but my vision for Magic Hour is that there will be tea circles held in women's homes all over the world, and that those tea circles will strengthen our ability to be together and to be of service to each other. So with that, I wanted to start out with a quote from Katie Hendricks. Oh, hi, Vigo. Of course, Vigo's here. Our token man. I love it. Hi, Crystal. So back when we were conceiving of the idea of tea circles and Magic Hour as a company, I was hanging out with Katie Hendricks, my business partner, and we were saying, what is tea? What is the chance to have tea with yourself or a lover or with a friend or a colleague? What is tea? And Katie said, tea is presencing in a space without transactions. So there is presencing. And so transaction wise, yes, I do have a company and I do sell tea, but I'm not here because of that. I'm here because of the current need for our planet before even COVID-19 to learn new ways to connect and to connect together without necessarily having wine or without going to events, but to connect quietly on a soul level. Tea is a meditation. Tea is also considered an art form in many cultures. Tea is, there are many ways to practice the tea practice. There's Japanese tea, there's Gongfu-cha, Chinese style, which is what I do as a personal practice. And then there are all sorts of ways. There are the English high teas. There are so many ways for us to create a tea ceremony for ourselves. So I invite you today, as I'm working through a little tea ceremony that's not too fancy, that you start to think about what you can do as a moving meditation and tea each day for yourself, for your soul. And in the mornings, I have a cup of tea with my husband, and that's what we've always called our magic hour. So magic hour is here because of the power that serving someone else a cup of tea can give us. So things are crazy. And I wanted to do a couple readings for you. Next Saturday, we will have another one of these, and for the foreseeable future, even if I'm open, I figure, we'll just continue to gather together. But if you have ever been to any of my tea ceremonies or my readings, you'll know that I have a particular affinity for a certain book. So I'm actually going to boil the water and then get started on reading you the Book of Light passage that I found today. Thank you, Bernadette. Good to see you. Hi, Diane. So as the water boils, I want to just make a space for all of you. Some of you are probably pretty nervous about your finances right now. Some of you are pretty nervous probably about your health or the health of your elders or your loved ones. And so today we're actually going to go deep into some elder work and deep into some ancestor work that will, I believe, bring us great strength, because each of us, through our family line and our heritage, we've gone through something like this before. Not necessarily us physically, but our cells and their memory has been through something like this before. So today we're going to call on the wisdom of our ancestors as we do our tea circle, and we're going to tap in into the energy of our ancestors' wisdom. So if you don't have one already, I would love for you. Hi, Emily. Oh, Emily, they're going to FaceTime you. Our dear Emily is in South America and the borders are closed. So Emily, it's so good to see you here. I love you so much. And Mia and Sage are all thinking about you. And Molly, good to see you, sweetheart. So if you don't have one yet, grab a cup of tea, as well as a pad of paper or a journal and a pen or pencil. So, we're going to be talking to our ancestors today, and I have a feeling you're going to want to write it down. And it's going to be a tool that I believe you'll use if you don't use it already, which is a tool that I've used for many years that my godmother taught me, and it's called automatic writing. And it's a way of divining and becoming close to those which are not necessarily in physical form anymore. And so it will help hone your intuition. It will also help you call in the strength of your ancestors. So the water is about to boil, and I'm going to get myself a cup. Mm. I'm going to start myself on Jasmine Moon, even though I just took a shot of, Natalie. Oh, hi, Haddis. Welcome from, hi, all the way in Germany. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to start us out with the Jasmine Moon. This is a rare tea. Many of you who've been in our tea circles have tasted it. Some of you have it at home. Tracy said she's drinking it um, while she's baking. But this is a very fine tea. It is little tiny baby buds that have been plucked and withered with jasmine petals, jasmine flowers as they're blooming in the night. The tea workers will actually, the tea artisans will actually dry the tea buds with night blooming jasmine on top of them. So it will actually absorb the scent of jasmine. And the scent of jasmine is considered the scent of God, the scent of divinity in many cases. So this is, you can almost see the little itty bitty hairs on here. I call myself a drug dealer because I find myself talking about kilos and hair and buds a lot, but these are tea buds, and they are scented with night blooming jasmine, and they are precious. So I'm about to make a cup of this, and then I'll start the ritual. So I hope you all have your cup of tea and you have a pad and paper and a pen, please. Okay. So with the white teas, they're cooling on the system. The reason I chose this today is because my husband's been cooking a lot and making a lot of stew, and I was feeling some heartburn Bless his heart. I will take him cooking and dealing with heartburn than him not cooking. So I am having some white tea, not only because it's highest in antioxidants, because it's the least processed of all teas, but because it's also cooling on the system and really delicate. And Diane's having rose tea. Oh, I'm so glad, Diane. In a month and a half, we have a white rose mandarin coming out. So it's called Harmonize. I shouldn't be telling you guys this, but I'm like the kid who gets the gifts early at Christmas and gives them to everybody. Okay. So how I do my tea rituals is I like to, I'm going to move you guys over with me a little closer. I'm experimenting how to do this here. So I like to light a candle. It's how I like to create my part of my subconscious, ritual sort of movements is one thing is to light a candle, and I like to use. And these are candles we have in the shop, which will be online soon because we don't know when we'll get to reopen. But this is a vanilla sandalwood, and it's in a really beautiful package. I did the branding for this company quite a few years ago, and I love them. So because I'm a more is more girl, I want to clear the energy of the space because, we've had a lot of stress lately. So I use white sage to clear the energy of the space. And to also clear my energy so that I can be fully present for you. And as the tea is steeping, I'm going to clear the energy for all of you. With great love, I'm clearing the space for us to be fully in our intuition today, in our comfort and calm and peace. So then this goes here. My little teacup. Here it is, my little teacup. So many of you have these already. These are my favorite little ceremony cups, and we sell them on the website. And this is the tea in hand. This is my daily ritual. I use one of these when I'm not going to do a full Gong Fu Cha setting. So take your cup of tea now and hold it. Inhale deeply. Exhale. And as you exhale, try to free the lungs of every last little tiny bit of oxygen in there. So okay, let that tension go. I've been listening to way too much NPR and BBC, so I'm letting that go now. And now I'm going to raise the cup to my mouth, and I'm going to inhale. Oh, it smells so good. So bring the cup to your nose and inhale. And exhale. Ask yourself, what do you smell? Our senses are how the divines speak to us and talk to us, and especially right now when we're having a little sensory kind of cocooning. This is a good time for us to hone our senses and to allow them to shine. So what do you smell? I smell rain. Tracy says pure bliss. Yeah, this tea smells like pure bliss, the Jasmine Moon. I smell soil, a little bit of soil. I can smell the moon. That's why I call this Jasmine Moon. And then as you're breathing in and inhaling the cup of tea, you can ask yourself, what do you hear? And I know I hear traffic because the tea shop is on the main drag here in Ojai. But I also hear I hear a voice. My intuition has been getting stronger and stronger during this time. I've been guided more and more. I think many of you have. Diane smells a rose garden. Wonderful. And then you can ask yourself, what do you feel? I know it's a lot right before you sip it. What do you feel? I feel a little giddy in my solar plexus. I feel a little excited to be with you all here. I always get nervous before these, like I'm going to mess it up somehow, and you won't get what you need, and so that nervousness is now leaving. Connie smells fresh air and chocolate. Diane feels heart light. Yeah, our hearts are opening now. Oh, Sunny, I love you. I feel your perfection. Bernadette, I feel comforted. A hug from the inside now. Oh, yes. Many blessings to each of you for all that you feel. I feel a little grieving, a little sadness. For all the people who don't know where their next meal will come from, for the healthcare workers on the front lines who can't find masks. I feel gratitude and a sense of stepping into the great unknown as we've never done before. Bernadette feels blessed. God bless you. Absolutely. Okay, now it's time to taste. And you say, what do I taste? Oh my God. What I taste in this tea from China is just such an incredible amount of love and tenderness in the love and detail, as I call it, in the perfection of the leaves and everything that they did to create tea this beautiful and this delicate and this pure. The thing about tea is it brings the world to us. So we might not be able to go out and travel right now, but we can and we may travel through each cup of tea. So this is a beautiful, beautiful white tea from China. So I'm sending blessings to the Chinese growers who grew this for us. Trisha, both peace and tears. Yeah, I think that's how a lot of us are feeling. Somehow at peace because we knew something was coming. And Tracy, love and contentment and community. Okay, so get your tea. I'm going to read to you now. And then we're going to do our exercise. Then I'll answer questions. Okay. So I asked which passage from this book, Alexandra Solnato, she lives in Brazil. She channels the spirit of Jesus, the voice of Jesus. And whether or not you believe that, it doesn't matter so much because the book always gives us the best answers. So I received this when I was a publisher. This is an old galley, so this isn't even the actual book. But my good friend, Johanna, was her publisher and translator, actually. She translated this, and Johanna is an angel. So I asked what would be the passage, what would be the message that would serve our highest good as a group, as a collective in this tea circle. And this is what I received. Loving others. Love others. Love each and every person. Love his or her soul. If you do not like someone, if that person has a lot of faults, I dare you to discover his or her good qualities. I dare you to discover that person's soul, to recognize that you attracted that soul and that it attracted you, which more than likely did not happen by chance. Whatever it is that you came to do on earth, you came to do it together. Given that there are things you must accomplish, it's best that you do them well, with harmony and sincerity. Love people's souls. Help them to give up their resistance and open the way to acceptance. Talk as friends about your different points of view and make a personal alliance in which you both gain something, in which you can both see yourselves achieving something. There is no soul that does not desire harmony. There is no soul that does not desire love. There truly isn't. So that's a good one for right now. Loving others. Being cooped up in a house maybe with others, or seeing on social media some people causing panic and fear in others. There's all sorts of things we can do right now to love others a little bit more. So Suni, hi Suni Vino, I feel safe with a warm cup of chamomile tea. Beautiful. And Kate says, 2 messages from a very special teacher of mine. This is showing us we are all one, yet also what it really feels like to be separate at the same time. Ooh, that's beautiful. Serve the oneness. Love the soul. Perfect message. Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you, Kate, for sharing that. And please do share any insights or wisdom or ideas or things that are coming up for you in the chat, because we are here together having this time to connect. And I love hearing from each of you because you all hold the answers in you. So this is a passage I asked from my latest book, Love in Detail. And these are the insights on this side. And then this is the book on this side. And I asked my angel what to share with you all today from this book. And this is what I received. But first, tea. How's your tea, everyone? Jasmine Moon is serving my soul right now. Natalie, decadent. Rosie, great. Oh, Natalie's drinking Soulmate, the new tea that we introduced this month. Claudia, your tea is perfect. Bernadette's tea is perfect. Gina says, my warm tea is helping me digest my overwhelm. Heartfelt gratitude. Oh, I love that. My warm tea is helping me digest my overwhelm. Oh. Yeah, Diane, interesting you say this. This is exactly what I was going to talk about today. Diane says, almost as if we were having a global NDE, a life review. Time to figure out what's important, what needs to be created going forward, personally and in community. And Hadis says, it's after midnight here. The huge volume of love over here made me up for getting connected in this love love circle. Oh, Hadis, thank you for joining us all the way from Germany, Angel. And we are recording this, so if you want to go to bed, you can, and the readings will be there for you. Oh, Tracy, that's wonderful. Just slowing down. Okay. Love is our true identity. As we lose our footing in the world, we are reminded of this reality. So this is my angel talking to me. So, and love is our true identity. As we lose our footing in the world, we are reminded of this reality. How are you being reminded of your love? Because I created this studio to have women gather and people gather in person, and now all of a sudden, poof, it's empty, and it has to remain so. And so I had to feel that for a minute. Like, what does that feel like? My identity's wrapped up in this now. And it was like losing my name with the last company. It was my identity as it left me so much bigger than what that identity could hold. The identity is so much smaller than us. We cling to it as if it's a life raft, but our identity is actually just an itty bitty tiny part of the vastness of our beings and our souls. Love's 3 verbs are feel, express, and release. And the 4th could be renew. But the renewal is not up to you. It simply is the nature of love. Let love renew you, for no loss of identity can destroy what you are. Love in detail. Our love cannot be threatened, but our identity can. Love cannot be controlled, but identity can. We cannot manipulate love, but we can manipulate control. Identity is control. Love is force of control. So love is beyond control. It's the force behind everything. To know this is to be liberated from much suffering. We identify with the home we own, the land we control, the accumulation of things, the success of our children, and the appearance of our identified body. All the world's woes are based on identity and control. All suffering is based on our identifying with the past. Our identity was once wronged, and therefore we perceive a lack of love in the present. I'm finding a lot of people are feeling like they've somehow been wronged because they've had to isolate themselves in their homes or shut down their businesses. And what it's asking, having to shut things down is needing to be more full of love for others and their safety than for your own profits or success. And so presence and presencing through tea ceremony, for me, it's a time without transaction. We're all experiencing a time without transaction. When was the last time we had this? Sure, we're buying a few things online or getting groceries, but we've never had a time where we weren't transacting on a regular basis with ourselves, with other people, with ourselves. Even just talking my kids into doing their chores by giving them money. I found this week they didn't want the money. They didn't care about the money because there was no place to go spend it. So control, being the opposite of love, or being the illusion of the ego, is that we can somehow control things. But with this virus, it's invisible. It's not like the fire we had a couple years ago in Ojai, where we could see the enemy, we could see it coming to us. No, we cannot see it. The sun is shining outside. There are families riding by on bikes. My door is closed because it has to be to protect others from potentially me, from potential harm, and protecting our elders. And yet you can't see any harm out there unless you look at the photos or the videos of the places where the hotspots are. So we're being asked to go beyond our desire, our identity, our desire for our creature comforts beyond us. We are being asked to be in love and to be in a state of love where we're caring for other people by not transacting, by not going out into the transactional world. And so that's a big ask for a lot of people. It's a big ask for our identities to lay down and let this happen without us trying to control it. And, I've had, as a businesswoman, I've had all these battles, these ups and downs with wanting to potentially control the situation. Like, oh, well, if I stagger my employees, oh, well, but now we're on lockdown. No employees can come. So it's been very, for me, who likes to build things, it's been a wake-up call, right? It's been very chop wood, carry water as well, because I'm packing every single order so my staff can stay home. And it's been powerful to put my love and energy into every little thing and to really live and walk my talk as I protect my staff. And it's been inconvenient, but love is inconvenient. And so it's just one of those incredible experiences where we're being asked to release control, release identity, in order to experience and to express love in a bigger way, solo. All of the world's woes are based on identity and control. The only way to unwind it is to identify and release control, is to go within and become so well acquainted with our sacred infinite nature that the outer identity fades in comparison to it. We've been really busy on social media building up our following. We've been really busy building brands, building ourselves up so we can sell more books, or we can make more money, or we can have more vacations, or we can have more followers, right? Every single thing we've been doing has been to control the outcome of our identity's impact on the world, or to have some sort of a response to the outer. We've been so focused on the outer in so many ways, even as we've been doing it through teaching yoga maybe, or doing spirituality workshops or whatever it is, it's still outer. And so the only way to go into this bigger love that is us, so that it can outshine what we've been attached to on the outer, with our egos and our identities, is to fulfill and to grow this inner energy that is us, this passionate and incredible inner zhuzh, or this inner magic that is us, that really hasn't been seen yet. The world hasn't really seen who you truly are just yet. Not yet. This is the fire that's going to make the diamond. This is going to be the carving of the cup. This is going to be the thing that makes you and defines you and decides you. This is it. This is our call to action, or our call to stop so much action, our call to rest in the place of love and to grow that inner element of you, the soul, so that the soul may drive once the ban has been lifted, once we're able to go back out in the world. It feels very, very clear and clarifying, and very, all my resistances have come up. Everything's been showing itself. And perhaps it's been showing you too. The fear of, oh no, I just made this amazing product line in this business. What if it goes away? Oh no, what if? And the point is that it cannot go away, because I made it. I was able to witness it. My soul was able to see it. So if it goes away, it goes away. Whatever it is that we are making on the outside, it may or may not stay. It may not make it past this fire. It may not make it past this invisible force, this pandemic that's clearing the air, literally clearing the air, literally giving nature a chance to breathe, giving us a chance to breathe and to release that which we have been thinking we can control, which are our outcomes or our situations or our value in the world. Your value is the love that you have cultivated inside of you and in your heart. And right now is a chance for us to get to see it. So I'm very curious, and I'd love to see how you are right now and what you're learning about yourself. Please put it in the chat. It's really a time for us to burn away the cloaks of our identity, to walk away from, what I had to walk away from was my name with my last company, and not having my name, which had made me known as a kid, or known as an adult. Not having that anymore it burns something away, but it's nowhere near this. This is really incredibly powerful. A powerful clarification for all of us. And with that, I'm going to make the next tea, and then I'm going to give you the exercise. The next tea I'm making myself, I intuited what I wanted. I'm sorry, I didn't think about you as much when I decided what teas I wanted, because I'm out of so many of the teas at the house that when I came to the studio, I picked all the teas that I was craving that I was out of at the house. So this is Goddess Green. This is apricot, lychee, and lemongrass with green tea. And this one reminds me of Asia and Thailand. Lemongrass is in everything in Thailand. And I just had to cancel our Thailand trip this summer. So I'm feeling a little sad about that, because I love traveling to Asia in the summers. I've been doing it for many years now. And so now Asia is coming to me through Goddess Green. So now you're going to need your pen or pencil and your paper. We're going to go into an exercise now. And so my tea is steeping, and I will be just right back. So Tracy, let's see. Samantha, okay. Beautiful. Diane is contemplating what legacy I want to leave on this planet. Been hiding in the background, observing for too long. So true, Diane. What a beautiful thing to look at. I was almost going to have you all write your eulogies, but I just thought we could do that at another time. Instead, I'm going to have you talk to your ancestors and find the wisdom from them. But my first thought, Diane, was you and I were on the same boat. I was going to have you guys write your eulogies. And Lisa writes, I feel like I'm finally finding time for myself. Yeah. I love the goddess green. Thank you. Samantha, I'm learning that I am very attracted to spiritual community, and like everything you said, I'm having to release that and move inward. I'm looking forward to what this is all calling me to do. Exactly. We have no idea who we are yet. This is our defining moment. This is the time that we are being tasked to discover who we are. You know, if we were to catch the virus tomorrow, if we were to be one of the ones who perished from it, what would we be most thankful that we expressed? Who would we be in the world? How would we be remembered? It's such an important call to do what the Buddhists say, to die every day. And you know, when I was writing Love in Detail, it was really expressed because I was thinking, you know, I had all these NDE authors like Anita Moorjani that I was publishing, and they all said the same thing. We die and we go to heaven. We go to this love, infinite love. And when you're, and we come from it, we go back to it. So no big deal. You'll be fine. And I was thinking, well, why all this effort? Why the war in Syria? Why refugee crisis? Why all the duality? Because life on earth is love, but in detail. We don't get the detail when we're out of body. We don't get the detail when we're not in form. I get to love you on this planet, you as an individual, but you still as love, as the oneness that we are out of body. So we come to earth seeking that which we already are, but in this amazing sensory place where love gets to talk to us, love gets to express through us, love gets to be tasted and smelled and heard in this body. So you are living life on earth because life on earth is love in detail. You are here to express and to experience love in its infinite forms on planet Earth. So if this is it, what would you do today? If you died every day, if you did the practice, the Buddhist practice of I'm going to die every day, what would you do today? Let's start there. I'm going to eat chocolate. That's what I'm going to do. So I bought a bunch of chocolate for the shop. I'm gonna have to put it on the website because now the shop is closed and I've been eating it all. So this is Beto chocolates made after, and I'm gonna have this with my goddess green tea. Look, these are made by these women locally. Look, it's a moon. Isn't that beautiful? Oh wow, you guys are getting ahead of me. When we're out of body, we don't get chocolate. I mean, everything's like chocolate, but we get this here once. Okay, I'm going for the big guns now. Okay. I'll show you. Mm. What is essential to you? This time is showing us, right? Dark chocolate and green tea. The apricot and lychee with the dark chocolate is, it's just insane. All right, now we're going to do our exercise. I have all these folders, all these little, there's Lakshmi and Lakshmi. I have a thing for Lakshmi. Okay. All right, everybody, grab your tea. Oh. Can I just say how much I love you guys? Look at you talking to each other. You're so freaking beautiful. God make chocolate because she knew life would be so challenging. I'm going to read all of these. Okay. I put on makeup for you guys, just so you know. So if you make me cry and it's all over my face, that was my identity. Okay. So I'm going to have you guys all get into a space of meditation now. And had us, you're in Germany, so you might be wanting to let this take you into the dream state. So center into your body quietly. I often will take a saltwater bath before I do this exercise, which I did earlier today. But if you haven't lit a candle yet, it might be a nice time to do that, or some incense or something that you can focus on that will take your mind and center it. It could be that you focus on the cup of tea, but stop doing everything else just for a moment and just center up with me and just be here with me as I take you through this. Close your eyes and take a few deep breaths. Envision a relative or an ancestor. As you breathe, envision that person just sitting with you. My great grandma's with me right now. And it may be somebody you don't know. It may be somebody that came so far before your grandparents that you haven't met them yet. But breathe into every cell in your body, welcoming this ancestral spirit, this ancestor energy who's come to help you today, to bring you guidance and wisdom and love. Now, as you sit with this elder, or it can even just be an energy, it can be a color. It doesn't have to be a human form. It can be a calming space in a clearing in a forest. Whatever the energy is that arises for you, sit with it, be with it, with your eyes closed and your breath be present in your body and experience this energy that's coming forward. You may ask who the energy is or what the energy is, or you may just be with it. It may surprise you. I thought my grandma would show up, but her mom did. I can feel her energy. Be with the energy. It may hug you. It may just sit with you, but be with it. Now that you're holding counsel with an ancestor, you may ask telepathically or you may ask out loud. If there's anything that ancestor would like to share with you, anything that may help move us through uncharted territory, the place where we are now as a people. Ask what you need to see, how you need to be. Ask how you may serve. And as you're able, if you can, write down what you're hearing. Do so, please. And sometimes you can simply Let your pen move. Sometimes you can do this with your eyes closed when you get really good at it. Allow your ancestor to speak to you and just write down what you hear. Don't second guess it or don't think about it. Just write it down. Write down everything you hear until you feel complete. And this could be a conversation that goes for many, many days, many moments after this call, or it could be one line or one word that you carry forward. As you thank your ancestor, visualize giving your ancestor a gift. What is it that appears in your hands as you reach them, as you hand them to your ancestor? That is your offering. Thank your ancestor for arriving and make a promise that you will continue the conversation and be more present and available for the conversation. More aware that the conversation is happening. And as you center back into the identity of who you are, the love that you are here to express, I'd love to hear what you experienced, or if you heard a message, what that message was. Let's see. Hans came. You are not alone and you will be fine on earth. I have your back. Oh, Molly. So wonderful to hear from Hans. Molly's husband went to heaven. Was it last year or the year before? But now he's your real guardian angel, huh, baby? Chris says one of her great, great Japanese grandmothers came through. She was so funny. She said, finally, drinking green tea every day, totally wagging a finger at me. Tracy, let your intentions be of love and others will follow suit. Repeated and over. Beautiful. What a beautiful message to receive. Rosie, a fluttering in the heart. Chris, she wanted to make me laugh. Absolutely. We're all so serious. Suni, could not figure out who, but some female. Wonderful, but you can be there with her. So Suni, let her keep coming through. Don't let it stop when we hang up. Hadis, my mom told me just be calm and relaxed and the way will be shown to you. Beautiful words of wisdom. Suni, I heard build your own roots. Samantha, my grandma came through and placed one hand on the back of my heart and comfort. She said, make dough. Oh, we have similar grandmas, Samantha, and showed me how she made cookies from scratch and told me to feed the masses and nourish the souls. I have her back time. I have her. A giant clock appeared in my hands. Oh, beautiful. You gave her back time. Beautiful. Brienne, confirmation from my deceased great grandmother. What generational curses are present within me this week as my parents visited? Diane, from my Canadian British grandmother, focus your energy, radiate light, anchor it in the earth, call in the angels, dance in the light. Beautiful. Lisa, an ancestor from my paternal side appeared. I kept asking, why this illness? The answer was simple. It was time. Ooh, I got chills. Bernadette, great grandmothers of my fathers, be the one who looks up when all eyes are cast down and spinning around. Wow. Darling, write that down. Write these down, you guys. These are beautiful. Suzanne, hi, Suzanne. Blessed ones, you are birthing a new earth. Think of it as an adventure, a mystical, mythical journey. You have the skills and tools to succeed. Would you please wear the round bead rose quartz necklace in honor of me? Oh. Kath, stillness and grace and laughter came through from my great aunt Tia Abuela, who just passed last week. Oh, Kath, I'm sorry for your loss. And see, she's right there. Heather, my grandmother and Abuela and their ancestors dancing in the breeze hugged the earth with love and compassion. Beautiful, Heather. Connie, Saint Michael, I was born on his feast day, but I wanted it to be my grandmother that I never met that I'm named after. Message is frightening, although said he was on the front lines conquering the virus, but more is needed from us as a people. Judith, my Russian Nana who came to the US as a widow and with six kids. Life is hard, but become gritty. Scrape up supplies and persevere. Find gratitude, persevere. Beautiful. Beautiful. Lisa, you gave your ancestor flowers as a parting gift. I love that. My ma showed up, my grandmother's mom, Ma, who was a Jew who married the gypsy on my grandfather's side, on my grandmother's side. And she lost her husband when they got to America and from kidney failure, which runs in our family. And she always left a glass of water on the windowsill for him. And when I was little, I would go over there and she would always shove a $5 bill in my hand and then hand me a big piece of bread. And when I got older, some blackberry wine that she homemade. So she said, be where you are needed, the quiet dawn. Observe the deer in silence. Mecca is not a crowd. Divinity is meant to be experienced individually before it can be experienced with others. And then I offered her some blackberry tea. I'm gonna have to do a blackberry tea blend now because that's what came up. Beautiful. Trisha, just continue to be, you're doing so well. Lots of transformation, need for sleep and quiet to assimilate all that's happening. So good, all is well, okay to feel, you're doing so well. Beautiful. And Zhena, my maternal grandmother, showed up on her back porch and told me to soften my own expectations with the challenges with my own daughter. And she would consult with my mother to help her soften that which we did not complete on earth. She gave me a silver thread to connect our hearts and keep us tied together. True love. Oh, so beautiful. You are all so beautiful. Connie, if he told me if I just sing, I have all the strength that I will need to handle this. Absolutely. Bernadette, grandfather's great grandmother, be the star that guides the canoe through the storm in the sea. I offer their stories in my hand so they can see that I can hear them. Diane, gave my grandmother tea in a bone china teacup. It's what we used to share in Victoria. Beautiful. So as you can see, you are able to tap the energy of the ancestors at any given time. And so even though some of us may actually be physically alone right now, we are surrounded so much by those that love us and those that want us to benefit from this huge life lesson that's happening on this planet right now. So what is essential to you in this time? If everything was taken from you, if the job and the identity and the name and the career and all of that, if all of that was taken from you, what would you find yourself with? What would be the essential thing that would be the thing you cannot live without, or cannot live without expressing further? And we are being tasked with that right now. I mean, Dante wrote the Divine Comedy during his isolation during the plague. I mean, we have so much art was formed from moments like this. What will you do with this? As my favorite poet says, you know, what will you do with this one wild um, and precious life? But what will you do with this one wild and precious moment in time? What will you create? Who will you be? What will you be known for? What will be the commitment that you move forward with for yourself after this day? And if we were to perish tomorrow, think about what you would have left. I would have left beautiful kids and a fun marriage and a lot of love in the world through creations. I will have left 2 books and a lot of manuscripts that I'm sure one of my kids hopefully would find and put out there. But what would you want to leave behind? What would you want to be known for? And maybe it's time to get busy on that, since we're all here together now in the quiet spaces. So what will you commit to me moving forward? I commit to listening to less NPR and to finishing Goddesses of Ojai, because it's a hilarious romp and it's very fun. Ananda, your Indian guide told you to spend time in nature. So Diane would have left her ability to create sacred space wherever she is. Absolutely. Expressing your love daily, physically, love in detail style, I could not live without. Beautiful. My love for Gaia and trying to save her. Honey, you're not trying, you are. Spreading love, joy, and hope. Absolutely. What will we be known for? Because we may not get this virus, but we may get one down the road. And inevitably, we'll all leave this body. We'll all leave this identity and this ego and this being. What will we leave behind? What is the essence that is beyond us? What is that love in detail that's so big within us that it will expand past this physical form, this energy that is alive now, but will eventually be part of the earth again, right? We are in the flesh today, and moving forward, how will we infuse that flesh with more love and more gratitude and more expression of our personal love in detail? What details does your love want to be expressed into? You're welcome, Lisa. Beautiful. So with that, I'm going to close the circle, but first I have a couple questions I wanted to answer. Trisha commits to continue to heal her heart, let go of fear, and release her book. I want my legacy to be beauty, childlike innocence, and love. Lisa, I will remember being one inside of a wonderful collective. Oh, I love you guys so much. Okay, so I'm just going to answer a couple quick questions that are tea-based, because that's what we're doing here, right? We're having a tea circle. So Rosie, or she asked 2 questions, so I'll just answer these. So if you want to go, you may go, and we will do this again next weekend. Please send me any suggestions of anything you want to try on this call, or any questions or any type of ritual you want to do, and I will help facilitate that for you. Rosie asked, I'm a creative who works long hours. What tea would you recommend for energy? I would recommend something that's lower caffeine, but so that you can drink it throughout the day. I would recommend a white tea and green tea, but more gentle ones. So the Silver Moon, the Jasmine Moon, or the Goddess Green. Those are long, those give you a lot of energy. Thank you. Oh, Claudia, thank you. Love you guys. Thank you. So I would do a calming white or green tea, Rosie. Silver Moon, Jasmine Moon, Raspberry Earl White is good. It's also a natural antidepressant with the oil of bergamot. And then Goddess Green is really gentle. And if you have a sweet tooth, the almond matcha. So go with lighter hued whites and greens because that will give you the L-theanine to sustain you without making you jittery. Oh, wow. Look at all of you guys. Diane, you can order the Beto chocolate through me and I'll put because since you're local, you can just text me or email me. I'm drinking Goddess Green with the Beto chocolate. Oh, good, Emily. That's so wonderful. You're welcome, Melissa. So the next, oh, thank you, Gina. So the next quick question, as a creative, I sometimes need clarity with my path. Is there a tea that would help me with that, or maybe a tea that will help me focus? I think focusing is grounding. So focus on grounding your feet into the soil. That's really the most important thing you can do. And then the teas that help me with that are the Bohemian Breakfast and the richer, darker black teas. They get me grounded into my body. So I would get my feet into dirt first every morning. I would make it a practice to touch dirt, ground myself into the earth, breathe through my feet and get into the planet. And then I would focus on a rich malty tea. And then if you start getting too scattered, do child's pose or drink the lucid dreams, because those are more mellow and they help the mind through stopping the cortisol production from stress. You're welcome. Ditto and chocolate. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, Betsy. Thank you, Rosie. Thank you, Henriette. Oh, I'm so glad you guys found comfort in this. I'm sending you all my absolute unending love, and I will hope to see you next week. And if I don't, yes, Crystal, you can just text an order or email an order. Elizabeth, thank you. Connie, thank you. Diane, thank you. Oh, oh, love you guys so much. I'm going to end with that. Just know that you are worth every sip and you got this and you have us, and you can socialize with me on social media, and you can email Zhena at Club Magic Hour, and I am here, and we will send out the recording. Okay. I love you all. I will see you next week. Okay. Bye. Mwah.